All right, so hi everybody. I see we have a couple of people who've joined here, and just want to say hello to everybody. And all right, I don't
Yeah,
really know how to start one of these.
I was gonna say for the giveaway for the lift, and it's like basically a
Yes.
lift that you can transfer onto. It's like a chair, and it goes all the way to the ground, and then it goes all the way up.
Mhm.
I was just gonna say, I think for that, we'll just keep reminding people as we go, but maybe
Mhm.
just like comment on this live that you want to enter, and then basically we can do another post or whatever you think. But
Yeah, and so if you have any confusion about how to enter, how to do any of this, we can reach out to you and help you out with that. And we want to make sure that it goes to somebody who's really going to be able to utilize it because, plenty of people just like entering contests, but we want to make sure that people are going to actually get some real benefit out of this.
yeah, exactly. So
Mhm.
all you have to do while we're on this live is just comment that you want to enter.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're going to talk a little bit about like the 10% app and updates now that we've launched. And if you haven't gone on and created
Mhm.
an account, you should do that and check it out.
Yeah, definitely. Because what we've been seeing so far on the app is that plenty of people have joined, and I really like that it sort of organically started this way, where people just sort of start out by joining and then putting out a post saying who they are, how they got entered, or how
Yeah.
why they're interested in joining this community. And so I think it's a really great way just to kind of kick things off and break the ice. And so what we're working on now is just refining the different characteristics because I didn't realize any of this before starting up an app, that most people who start apps buy technology from other app creators
Mhm.
rather than doing it from scratch.
Yeah.
So
Which
I
makes sense.
didn't
Which
I
makes sense.
didn't know
There's a
that.
lot. Yeah.
I think I just thought creating an app would be the same way you would, I don't know. I didn't realize it was gonna be quite as involved. And so I didn't realize that people just sort of buy a framework from somebody else, which is wildly expensive.
Yeah.
And obviously, we're a small startup. That's not how it's going to work. So we're creating it from scratch. And so every little bit that our users can tell us, hey, we're seeing this problem or we're trying to do this and it's not really working out. We're so grateful because it's the kind of thing that we can push to our coders and have them work on. And then the next time you push out an update, it's going to be a lot better. So we're really excited about that.
Yeah. Yeah. And basically, we're still working on like the groups and the events and kind of making that more user friendly because it's not exactly how we want it yet.
Mhm.
Accessibility, we're hoping to improve that even more based on feedback that we're getting.
Yeah, definitely. And I think the most important thing is that it's up and people are joining and that people are able to start talking to each other, which is, what we really hope for in this. But what we really want to start doing is creating events in different areas of the country, starting to put together forums so people can start to put together information that'll be helpful. I know there's a couple of things we were talking about. My husband Sam and I were chatting about just different things that we figured out since I came home from rehab after being injured that we never learned in rehab.
Yeah.
You learn so much more at home.
Yeah, exactly. Like I feel like I'm still learning things, which
Oh,
is
all the time.
just
Yeah.
like because it's been 8 years, and I'm like I just started putting Velcro on my shoes and foot plate, and I'm like, why did I not do this sooner?
I actually, even more than that, I put something called boot inserts on my foot plate because my foot plates are too long for me.
Oh.
Yeah, how tall were you? I always
5'3".
forget about how tall you were pre-injury or post.
Yeah,
How tall were you pre-injury?
5'3".
Okay, I was 5'4", and everything was too short for me. So definitely too short for you. And so my foot plates, I can't get them high enough to make my foot go flat.
Oh, that's how my old chair was.
That's how my chair is now. So I actually Velcro boot stays or boot insoles to my foot, and it works. It helps. It's weird.
Yeah, mine was always weird in the power chair. Like I'm like, why? Like it's like they don't make it for short people, I swear.
Mhm.
But the manual chair is a little bit better because I can just like for mine I can just like hammer the foot plate up higher.
That's true. That works.
So, but yeah, I like the Velcro because my like when I go over a bump or a spasm, like my feet always fall off.
Hmm.
So that's what it
Yeah.
helps me with.
That's true. That happens to me a lot in the manual chair. We'll be going along and all of a sudden I'll notice one of my knees is lower than the other. I'm like, oh no, my foot jumped off.
Yes. And usually it doesn't like matter too much. Like some people when that happens, their foot will like drag under their chair.
Yeah, I've heard some horror stories of people breaking ankles from like dragging under their chair. And that we're terrified of that happening because I've heard a couple where it's really bad.
Mine usually just like sticks out. It doesn't usually get run over, so.
Thank goodness.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say if anyone wants to ask any questions about the app or about anything,
Yeah, totally.
we're down to answer.
Let me see. All right, so we don't have any questions quite yet. We did get some questions in advance though, so we can start up with with those. A sec. Okay, so we did get from somebody. Can I see the usernames here? All right, so we did get, how do you do your makeup? It always looks flawless.
That is sweet.
And I do agree, you're very good at your makeup.
You're good at yours too. I didn't used to be that good. Like I looked at some old videos and I was like, wow, I put a lot of makeup on. But I feel like, sorry, you can go.
Oh no, I was saying, interesting. So you feel like you learned to do makeup better after your injury?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Because before my injury, I feel like I literally just did my eyebrows and mascara and like foundation. That's all I did. And now I feel like after watching videos, I've learned like blush and stuff like that. But it took me a while. Like it used to take me forever, but I also think I was like doing too much, you know?
You know, I actually agree with that. I feel like pre-injury, I was really committed to the idea that I needed to have a cat eye. I don't know why I thought that I needed winged eyeliner. I just was very committed to it. Yeah. I spent a significant amount of time on it. And then once you have spasms and weird hand function, say goodbye to the cat eye. There's just no... Right. I'm sure some people figure it out, but it's not going to be me. So no, I just give it up, and it actually takes off a lot of time.
I can't do eyeliner, like, not winged liner. Like, I just can't do it.
No. God, no. Maybe. No, you're just going to end up with a black smudgy mess. That's not going to work.
And I just recently got, like, the stamps and tried that again, and but I'm like, it might be me, because I have, like, weird, like, a little bit of a hooded eye, so I'm like, maybe I'm just not meant for that.
Mine are partially hooded too, so the stamps never worked for me either.
Yeah, it's like, it's just wrong.
Yeah, I will say though, I think relearning how to do my makeup after my injury was a huge thing in my self-confidence.
Yeah, and it also for me was like therapeutic, like to just do something you did before and also just to keep yourself busy in the beginning.
Well, yeah, and I for me, doing any kind of like my makeup or washing my face, getting dressed, all of those sort of daily grooming things, that was always sort of my zen space. And so losing that after my injury and realizing, oh my gosh, I can't do my hair, I can't do my makeup, I can't even take a shower on my own. All of those things were really hard. I used to do incredibly elaborate braids and all sorts of hairstyles, and so I miss being able to do that. But being able to regain the ability to do my makeup was just like, oh, thank goodness. All right, that feels good.
Yeah, hair was hard for me because I used to be extra and do like extensions and curl it and everything. And I'm like, there's no way I'm doing that now. Maybe curling it with the Dyson, but even now that I'm in Florida, like my hair is so frizzy that I'm like, I'm not.
Oh yeah, Florida hair is tough. It definitely is. Yeah. Mine yours frizzes out. Mine just goes flat. So
I don't know what's worse.
Yeah, all I'd be able to pull off in Miami would be, or in Orlando or Miami would be like a Kate Bosworth, like very slick bob. That's all I could do.
That's funny.
Yeah, I used to visit my dad because my dad used to live in Miami because I was born there. And that was pretty much, I learned like, oh, no volume. That's not going to happen down there.
I was going to ask did you always have your hair this short before?
I didn't actually. When I was in high school, it was a rule in my house. I was not allowed to cut my hair. So whenever we went to the hairstylist, my mom would tell them what we should do, and it was always to keep it long. So I had my hair like all the way down, like really, really long. And when you have really sort of fine hair like mine, it just kind of gets flat. So I wasn't a fan. So every opportunity I got, I just chopped it short. So as soon as I hit college and it was totally my responsibility, I was like, cut it off at the chin. I'm never letting it go long in.
Because I know a lot of people cut it short, like after the injury, to, it's easier to style.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I totally understand that because I feel like for me, with my particular hair texture, life is too short for long hair. I just can't do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would do it, but I just don't know if I could pull it off.
I mean, honestly, it's worth a shot. Even if you just did like mid-length just to try it, because just putting less on your head, honestly, just feels it's so light.
Right? I'm like, I feel like it would be kind of nice because sometimes it just annoys me. Like, and you can't put it up yourself, so then you're just like.
Right. Has Jack learned how to do different hairstyles on you?
He used to do like a bun all the time, and then I kind of got sick of that, and now I just put it usually up in a clip because it's easier and it looks better.
Mm-hmm.
And I always am like, maybe I could do it myself, but it's like behind the back, and you have to like. I'm like, I don't maybe with triceps, but.
Yeah, I have triceps and I can't do a damn thing with my hair. Like I can do the Dyson, I can manage to get a headband in, I can do that nothing else. That's pretty much it. Like I could maybe get like a little snap clip up here. That's as far as
Oh, true, because that's like in the front.
That's pretty much it. I've tried other types of clips.
Yeah. It's hard.
Yeah, I just end up stabbing myself in the head, which doesn't work for anybody.
Yeah. And I think the other thing was just like trying a lot of different makeup. Going back to the makeup question was just figuring out like what types of products look good, which I feel like takes a while if you don't know anything about makeup.
It does, yeah. And of course it changes after your injury because you suddenly realize you have to use very different kinds. There's certain things that are not going to work for you the way they did before. So that is a big process of it. There are some really cool adaptive makeup brands that I've heard of. They're really amazing, like Selena Gomez and oh shoot, what's the other one that's really good? Thelma Blair has her own line as well too, which looks really amazing.
I literally will buy my makeup and skincare based on if I could open it myself.
Totally makes sense. Yeah, I end up adding athletic tape to a lot of different things just so I could open it myself by like biting into it.
Yeah, the only thing I still can't do is like what's it called when it's like a palette. To open it,
Oh yeah,
I can't. I bite it and it's slippery, and I'm so scared I'm gonna drop it and it's gonna smash.
I've had certain ones where I've actually just attached like a loop to it, like you can attach to a loop to like the back of your phone. You can just do an adhesive. I've done that before, where if I can't open it with the hinge, I'll actually just add a loop to it because it's just there's only so much that you can rip open with your teeth without worrying about losing one.
Yeah. I think I need to do that because at this point I can do everything on my own. I usually will just have Jack open them. And some people leave them open, but I'm like, is that bad?
Oh, I couldn't do that. There's no way. Yeah.
Kind of gross.
All right. So for our next question, hold on. Operating a phone with low hand function is tough too. All right. So we have one person asking, how is it having your partner as your caretaker? How do they feel? Which is perfect for what we were just talking about because they have to open so many things for us all the time.
Yeah. What's the question? How does he feel?
How is it having your partner as a caretaker, and how do they feel about it?
Well, Jack loves it because he wasn't my full-time caregiver forever, but so like my mom did it for a while. And he worked, and then he stopped working and became my caregiver. I don't think he would like it if he had to work and be my caregiver. I think it's too much. Sometimes.
It is a lot. My husband works as well, and so we have to work around his schedule together.
Yeah, and it's just like, I think it can be a lot because he was just tired all the time. Because he did that. He worked and was my caregiver during COVID. And working from home, but it was just still a lot.
Yeah, working from home makes it possible, but it's difficult.
Yeah, and but all the time I tell him now, I'm like, if you ever want to do anything or you want me to get a caregiver that can come, like, we can do that. And he's like, I don't want random strangers coming. Like, he's like, it's not hard for me. And I've learned to do a lot more on my own, which has helped.
Yeah, I think eventually you figure out your routines, and then it just becomes sort of second nature to both of you.
Yeah.
And so we've talked about getting a caretaker to come in, but most caretakers don't want to come in for anything less than an 8-hour shift.
Yeah.
And so we don't need 8 hours of help. At most,
Right.
we would need 2 hours of help.
Right. So
And so we'd still have to pay for an 8-hour day, even if you dismiss them.
exactly.
And that's just not financially feasible because hourly rates are rough.
Yeah, it's so expensive, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't even think I'd like it, but
Yeah, I've definitely heard some stories from other people who have had trouble with caretakers, and it can either be a really beautiful relationship or it can be
yeah,
really tough. So I don't know. We have not got down that road at all. The number one thing that we found with trying to find a caretaker is that a lot of the stuff that we would want help with is not the kind of thing that caretakers would do in the first place.
yeah,
So, I mean, when it comes to things like catheterizing or bowel program, agency nurses won't do that. They consider that an invasive procedure.
yeah, which is crazy because that's what we
Yeah.
need.
Mm-hmm. No, it's wild because it's like, of course, that's what I would want you to help me with. That takes the most time,
Yeah,
and that's what I need the most help with. So it's like,
exactly.
naturally, that's not what you do.
Yeah, it's like, so what? I'm gonna have someone like at that point, I'd rather just hire like a house cleaner and have Jack do my care.
That's basically what we do. We have we have house cleaners that come in every other week, so that way things stay tidy, and we have a Roomba vacuum, so we don't have to worry about it. And
Yeah, because they have to do most of the chores, and then that on top of caregiving, I feel like that can be, a lot sometimes.
yeah, so we're definitely careful to make sure. The other thing is that, of course, I can't cook and help out quite as much in the kitchen as I used to. So I will do the grocery list and make sure, like pick the meals and do the grocery list, and then I'll sort of walk him through the recipe while he cooks. So thank God Sam likes to cook because if
that's
not,
why-
we'd be eating takeout every day.
Yeah, because Jack loves to cook, and I do the same thing. Like I'll just be the sous chef and just read stuff to him.
That's awesome.
But I like it. It's fun too, and it's like kind of like you're doing it together.
Yeah, I'm always in charge of the music and making sure that he's following the recipe and that everything's easy that way.
I think somebody asked how long we've been married.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, so you just got married. It was just in October.
October 25th of this year. So
But you guys have been together now for 8 years? 9
yeah.
years?
Yeah, we started talking in 2017.
Okay.
And that's like
That's almost, yeah, it's about the same amount of time as Sam and I. We met Halloween of 2016.
Oh, really?
Yes, we met in Halloween. It was Halloween weekend that we met at a bar. And so it's, yeah, for us, it's been a little over 9 years. And we've been married for 2.5 years, I guess 2 years.
Oh.
I feel like it's so funny because when you've been together for so long and you've gone through everything that we all have gone through,
Yeah.
For me, when we decided to get married, I was just like, this is silly that we're not married. Every doctor's appointment I go to, they ask about him.
Right.
They go, oh, is your husband? I went, oh, my fiance. And I just got tired of saying fiance. I was like, this is dumb. We should just be married.
Right.
So went for it.
Yeah. No, it's just, I think it's so much easier. Like, even my neighbors would be like, are you guys married? Like, they didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Yeah.
no. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Someone said congrats.
Oh, nice. And somebody else asked, are you any closer to going back to college?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I'm in school right now for mental health counseling.
Mm-hmm.
They might be thinking of law school. I don't know.
Right, because you were thinking about law school before.
Yeah, I would love to go to law school. I got into some, but I need to go to one near my house because I'm not trying to like live on campus. Like, and bring Jack and the dogs. I don't want to do that. So I'll apply again. I just in the meantime was like, I want to get this, become a licensed mental health counselor because it is something I would like enjoy doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that makes total sense. And it's something that I think it's a lot easier to do remotely.
Yeah.
That's great.
Exactly. Because that's the thing, like law school will be 3 years. And then it's also like, then I have to figure out where I'm going to work. Like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to work full time. I think that would be a lot.
I've had a lot of people ask me if I was going to go back to work full time. And it's just not feasible with with our schedules, with managing symptoms, with dealing with, everything we have in all of our appointments, I would not be able to swing a 40-hour work week.
Yeah.
So I could certainly work remotely from home if it was completely remote and I was flexible with hours.
Yeah.
But if I had to do a solid, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. core hours, that would be rough.
Yeah. And that's kind of my fear. And with mental health counseling, like I could make my own schedule. Hopefully.
Yeah. No, definitely. And I actually remember when, prior to COVID, I had a therapist who I used to meet in person. And then she actually was a pre-licensed therapist and she was getting in all of her licensing hours. And I loved her. She was such a great therapist. But she had to transition to virtual once COVID hit. And I loved switching to virtual with her. It worked just fine for me. And so it was really nice that she would, be able to work from home. She had 2 kids. And so every now and again, I would hear like a beep or something. And she was like, sorry, I'm heating up lunch for my son. I'm just like, that's fine. Go ahead. I don't mind.
But virtual is so much more accessible. And I would love to work with like disability community. So I feel like that works better for those people too.
It does. Because just getting ready to leave the house as someone disabled is really hard. And even wrapping your head around the idea of going for an hour and talking to somebody about what you're dealing with, plus you have to go through everything about getting out of the house.
And
get the whole day sort of sunk. Yeah.
Yeah. I think someone asked how long we've been injured.
Oh, okay. So for you, you just passed this summer, you just passed the 8-year, right?
Yep.
That's awesome. Okay, so 8 years. For me, it's been about 3.5.
That's so crazy because I always think it's like 5 for you.
It's weird. Some days it feels like it was yesterday, and other days it feels like it was 100 years ago. So it changes a lot.
I feel like you're further along than I was.
Oh, really?
I think so.
I feel like I wouldn't think that because you went back to college. Like you went back on a campus around.
Yeah,
but I was still scared to leave my house.
But I had my mom, I had Jack, and my brother all there with me. And my mom and Jack, like we had this big room we all shared on campus. So it's like it's not like I just went back to school alone and managed caregivers. Like I don't know if I could have done that.
That's true. I see a question there asking if we suffer from nerve pain. And I don't know. I'm sure that's a huge part of trying to reintegrate like back into school and stuff for you. Were you in a lot of pain when you were going back to college?
I was in a lot of pain in the sense that it was hard to wake up. My blood pressure was horrible. And every time I'd get in my chair, I felt nauseous. Like I was like, I'm going to throw up. Sometimes I would throw up. Like it wasn't like pain.
It wasn't like sharp pain.
Yeah.
It was just severe discomfort.
And I was exhausted. Like I took 2 naps a day for a while.
Oh yeah. I feel like I slept so much in the beginning.
Yes.
And oddly enough, I do feel like over time, my amount of nerve pain has gotten worse, but I think I've just gotten better at handling it.
Yeah. Well, mine used to be like severe in my hands to the point where putting a shirt on, I would cry. And that's gotten so much better. Like, I don't know why.
Hands, that's interesting.
Yeah, I feel like
it's pretty rare for me to get it in my hands. For me, it's usually in my back, between my shoulders and my hips.
Oh, really?
And then it will spread around my abdomen, sort of like I always describe it as like a corset of fire.
That's a good way.
So sometimes I'll just take an ice pack and I'll just hold it to my belly and just try to. Yeah, I don't know if it helps just because my brain wants it to help, or if it's something else. But
I feel like my nerve pain is just my hands and then like my legs.
Yeah.
Like
because you get in your legs a lot, right?
Yeah. But like I don't notice it anymore because like I have chronic left hip pain that's always there. So I feel
you do too.
So I feel
such weird things to get excited about. Like,
I know. But because of that, like it kind of makes me not notice the nerve pain, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for me, so my left hip pain I actually had even prior to my injury because I grew up dancing ballet, and so you end up getting dancer's hip, or what they call snapping hip syndrome. Oh. So the tendons in my hip tend to get really tight, and so that still happens post-injury. I just can't feel it as much, so I don't know when to stretch. So then I'll suddenly start getting autonomic dysreflexia, and my blood pressure shoots up, and I'm just like, what is wrong with me? And then I'll just cross my legs, and that will ease the tension, and I'm fine.
That's so interesting.
Happens all the time. But yeah, for me, it's unusual to get the nerve pain in my legs. If that happens, I'm like, what is wrong with me today?
What's going on?
Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you. We love our Christmas. Somebody just said off topic, your Christmas tree is gorgeous. Thank you.
It's really cute. We decorated outside our house for the first time for Christmas.
Oh, cute. You have to send me pictures. That's great.
Yeah, Jack put up a bunch of lights, so
nice. We got instead of a family of reindeer that are lit up in the front, we got a family of moose.
Oh my god.
And one of them wasn't working, so we reached out to the manufacturer. They're going to send us a whole new set. So now we're going to have 2 moose dads and 1 moose baby.
That's so cute.
Which I was like, that is so perfect. I'm very excited about it.
We have like a lot of our neighbors put up like fake deer, and our dogs are scared of them.
Oh, they're scared of them. I've been surprised. We get a lot of animals in our front yard, and I've been waiting for them to react to the lit up moose, and they haven't reacted yet. So they seem used to it.
That's really funny.
We have very urban animals up here in North New Jersey.
Yeah, well, we just have a lot of deer in our neighborhood, like real deer, and Olive has, fought some of them. So she's like,
wait, she's fought them?
Well, before we had our backyard fence, there was, whenever she'd see a deer, she would run out and chase them into the woods. But one time it was a mom. It was its babies. So when she ran out, it just like started stomping on her.
Oh, was she okay? Did she get hurt?
She was okay. I was so scared. I was like in the other room, and I was like, Jack, like Olive's getting beat up by a deer. He had to run out, and the deer still didn't want to leave. It was like protecting his baby. So
yeah, I knew a family friend whose dachshund had to have surgery because he got kicked by a deer, and I guess it just cut open his abdomen, so we had to go have surgery. He was okay, but
that's what
he learned his lesson after that.
Because she looked fine, but I was like, what if she has internal bleeding? Like, I'm like,
terrifying. I know we let our cat out, and we do it because it makes her happy, but it scares us every day, so we're always looking out for her.
Yeah, it's scary. We have some coyotes too.
You have coyotes in Florida?
We're kind of like right across from like
they're everywhere.
So we just have a lot of animals.
That's so. I grew up in California, so of course we had coyotes everywhere. So coming to the East Coast, I was like, I thought you guys didn't have these. Where did they come from?
There's a lot in Maine too, but.
Oh, well, yeah, moving up into the Northeast, we have coy wolves, which coyotes that have mated with wolves, and they look like scary-ass Malamutes.
I don't like that.
It's awful. They're very scary. All right.
Okay, yeah, you go, because I'm
next question. What part of the 10% are you proudest of?
I think just like the team we've created, which I think that's been really great. Like having like team of disabled people or people that are passionate about helping the disability community.
Yeah. No, I absolutely agree. It's one of those where I remember when I first got into contact with you, I had no idea how I might get involved or how it might work. And the first time we had a video call with you guys and we got to kind of all sit down and chat, Sam and I finished the video call, we both just kind of looked at each other and went, oh, this is great. Like we feel so good about this. Yeah. And I feel like that's really rare.
Yeah, and I remember Todd and I talked after that, and Todd was just like, she would be perfect on the team, and we were just like, we need her. Like it was just it was just a perfect fit, and I hope we can, keep adding more disabled people to the team.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be so great. And then because I think there's so many people out there that do have so many talents that can go towards social media, whether it's creating content, doing graphic design, or, just reaching out to others, or, even just vlogging their own daily experience. Yeah. There's so much that can be done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyone who sees this, if you are interested in putting content on the 10%, please reach out to us. We would love to give you a platform. We can work together.
Yeah, and if you're interested in really doing anything for the 10%, just message us.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that I look forward to a lot, because when we first started talking about creating content on YouTube for the 10%, and then also putting the app together so everybody could connect. We talked about wanting to create ambassadors or community leaders, whatever we want to call it, so that way across the country we can have sort of remote 10% representatives that can either throw events or create content, things like that. Because so far it's just been me creating content, but I would love to share that mantle with somebody else too and be able to promote other people.
Yeah, I think it would be so helpful, and we'd be able to reach, just different people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a couple of people I've been thinking about reaching out to, and I'll have to talk to you about it later because I don't want to name drop anybody on the live here, but we'll have to chat about it.
Yeah, and I know there's a lot of people that have reached out to me. It's just kind of like we need to get to a certain point before we can, start adding people to the team. But I do have a list of people that I know are interested.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, because I know that's one of the things that I think I have been the most surprised about is that when you're starting up a new app, you don't realize really what it takes to get users on there, to get people actually utilizing it in ways that are helpful, and then just be able to refine it in certain ways. You don't realize exactly how much work goes in on the back end. So every little improvement that we put through to the team, it takes a little while to get it through. Mm-hmm. So we're really grateful to our users who are helping us out and letting us know what does and doesn't work.
Yeah, it's been very helpful, and I'm excited for, the updates that they're working on, because I think it'll make the groups a lot more functional and start posting there, and I'm excited about that.
Yes. And so one of the big questions is, a lot of people have been so interested hearing about your wedding and how you put that together. And so I'm curious, just first off, you posted a lot of beautiful content about your wedding. And I'm curious, what has been the general response? Have you gotten a lot of responses back on that?
Yeah, I've had a lot of people reach out saying, I'm in a wheelchair, I'm planning a wedding. Like, what were the most important things? Like, or asking questions about how'd you do the flowers on your wheels? Like little things like that, which has been fun.
Ooh, we should put together an FAQ sheet.
Yeah.
Like whatever questions you're getting from people, we should definitely put something together.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. Mm-hmm. But I think the main thing is definitely just the venue. Like finding a venue that is fully accessible.
Yeah, because we went, Erin picked a venue called Rose and Shingle Creek down in Orlando, and it was fantastic. It's accessible all the way through. I never hit a single area that had a step I couldn't get up on, which was so nice. So I was able to bring my power chair, which for me is huge because I tire out really fast in a manual chair. And being able to just pop up into the room whenever I needed to, whether it was for a stretching break or a cath break, whatever it was, that was
Yeah, and that was my biggest thing. I was like, I want it to be, everyone can go to their room whenever they want. Because I wanted that for myself. So
I mean, I also just needed to restyle a little bit because the wind really messed with my hair. So I was like, give me the Dyson. I need to fix this a little bit.
It was really windy also.
Yeah. I know you picked your hairstyle very well. It managed to stay very put together.
Thank you. And all the times we visited the venue, which was multiple times, it was never windy like that. So I was not prepared for the wind.
Just Florida, whenever it's storm season, I always forget with Florida, the wind can come from literally all directions at all times.
Yeah.
It's not like the Northeast where it's going to come from just one direction and you can just face it and go with it. No, it's going to switch every 5 seconds.
Yeah, but I'm just glad it wasn't cold, freezing or raining.
Yes. No, it was, you picked a really good time of year. And then I was also curious, one of the things that ahead of me trying to have a wedding, I was terrified of the idea of dress fitting to the point where I did not even do it. I just ordered something online and prayed and it worked, thank God.
I think that's the move because I went to a bridal store, tried on a bunch, found one that I kind of liked, but not enough. Okay. And they were all just so hard to get on. And then I ended up ordering a corset and a skirt separately.
Oh, okay.
I hated how the corset, I don't know, it just didn't fit right. And then I got it altered and I hated it more. So literally the week before the wedding, I ordered 5 corsets. Not they weren't expensive, but just from Poshmark, literally, stuff like that. And I think 4 days before I tried the one on I wore.
Okay, so yeah, I think that makes sense because being able to do try-ons from home is such a big deal because it's you can invite your sister or your friend over or whoever else to help you get in and out of it because I remember going to dress fittings with my able-bodied friends ahead of their weddings
Yeah.
and even for my able-bodied friends, jumping in and out of these gowns, I mean, first of all, you have to be very naked in front of the stylist.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of my friends were like, I did not know this was going to happen. I did not bring the right bra.
Yeah.
And so I remember watching them because like you typically book like a 25-minute or an hour long slot.
Yeah.
And it's, you charge by the half an hour. So you try to try on as many dresses as possible. When you're in a wheelchair, no, you're going to need 3 times as much time.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So I'm really glad I did it from home, and I really think it just fit better with it being 2 separate pieces because sometimes if it's too tight, like on the hips and then sitting on it, and it's just, and I ended up the skirt, because the skirt we tried to get that altered and she kind of ruined it. So she just put it back together, and then basically we just ended up pinning it up so that way it didn't drag under the caster wheels.
Oh, good idea. I mean, I would never have known. It looked like it fit perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah. And we had never done that. We did that on the day of the wedding, and we're just like,
oh my God.
hopefully.
I mean, what a win for improvisation. I think that's probably the greatest skill that any disabled person can have is being able to improvise well because the amount of weird situations that life throws at you, you have to be able to adapt.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's Jen asking if people at the dress store to be adaptive or patient. Though I only went to one in Orlando.
Okay.
Bridal Finery, I think it's called, and she was great. Like she was basically, I made my friend try on all the dresses I liked and had her sit down to see if I would like it before I put it on. Because I'm like, I'm only putting on like 3 or 4.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, and that was helpful because
that's what we don't see online very much. Is that whenever you try to look for a picture of a dress, it's like, oh sure, it's really cute when she's a size 0 and standing up, but when you're sitting down and you have a pair of pooch, it's going to be a lot different.
Because there was some where she'd sit down and I'm like, it bunches so much. Like, I'm not going to put that on, So.
And I definitely remember pre-injury that I would have certain outfits that I was like, oh, I don't sit in this one.
Yeah. Yeah. It's honestly so annoying. Like, I feel like I need things that are just not as long, like tops and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, I've had to have a couple of bridesmaid dresses adjusted since I've been in the wheelchair, and you have to tell them to cut it an inch shorter in the back and leave it a little, higher in the front. It's confusing to explain.
Well, my first time I was a bridesmaid for my friend, I didn't know how to alter it, so we ended up literally just cutting it down the whole back and tucking it under.
No way.
Which is a little risky if it gets pulled.
I mean, I guess it works, whatever works, but wow.
It worked, but I was also like, well, I guess I can't ever sell this or get rid of it.
No. I mean, unless it's to another person in a wheelchair, it's really the only option.
True.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just feel like I know kind of what style looks good, so it's just easier to buy like a style that you're like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm hopefully not going to have to alter this.
Yeah, you eventually learn what works, and then that's the style you're going to buy in a million different colors until you die. That's it.
Yeah, and for the wedding, I bought like bridal shoes, and when I went to put them on right before I like went to go down the aisle, my feet were just a little swollen, and I was like, I'm wearing sneakers.
Oh my God, I had no idea. You couldn't see it under your dress at all.
No, so I was like, whatever. Like, you can't see it anyway. I literally wore compression socks.
That's great.
Because I'm like, I know I'm going to be up late, and my ankles are going to swell.
That is one thing I need to try out more is I don't have any compression socks, and I should try them out. Because you typically don't take Minitrin anymore these days. You just do compression socks and stuff like that.
Yeah. I take it if I'm like really dizzy and I can't, and it's just not getting better. So sometimes, but I used to wear the compression socks every day, and then I stopped wearing them for a little bit, and my ankles weren't getting swollen. So now I'll just wear them if I know I'm going to be up all day or like a long car ride or something.
Oh, okay. Jay Loyal's with us. He says, trust me, I feel you both. Yeah. It's definitely tough. I'm deeply addicted to Minitrin. I am on it every 3.5 to 4 hours. If I'm socializing, it's more. It's like every 3 hours.
Yeah, and then when I eat, like my pressure drops too.
Yeah, that's one of the weird things that I didn't know until I was injured, that when you eat, all the blood goes to your stomach. And so it suddenly
Yeah.
makes you really tired. That's what everybody jokes about, is getting into a food coma. That's just what happens to us every day when we have any meal.
Yes.
Because our blood pressure sucks. But yeah, I usually go for lighter meals during the day because I know it's gonna happen.
Yeah, that helps. I feel like it's weird because I feel like my blood pressure regulates quicker in my manual chair. But I don't know if that's because in the power chair, like the second I feel dizzy, I will just lean back. And so then it's almost like I'm never letting it get better.
Okay.
I have no.
Yeah, I'll start to notice, like, why am I feeling, I'm kind of feeling sleepy. Like, do I want to take a nap? And then I'll notice the time, like, oh, I'm just ready for another minute, and that's all it is.
Do you like get to the point where you'll like black out though?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
I hate it.
it happened. It hasn't happened for a while, but it happened maybe 6 months ago. And I had forgotten to take it, and it did not occur to me until Sam moved me from the bed into the wheelchair. And then I drove from my back bedroom out here into the living room. And by the time I got here, I went, oh no, Sam, oh no.
Oh my God.
And I just went down. And so he just sat there and held my hand and was like, okay, come
That's
back.
horrible.
And I came back and was like, oh no, I lost it, didn't I?
Very. Well, I went
Yeah.
my friend's wedding a while back. I didn't know she was gonna ask us all to like say a few words at rehearsal dinner. And I forgot my Midodrine at home. We were like 8 hours away. And
Okay, so for anybody listening, if you have a spinal cord injury and you have to project your voice very loudly, the amount of lung capacity that takes a lot of energy. And so your blood pressure just plummets.
you just no.
Yeah.
But luckily there was a microphone, so I didn't have to talk that loud. I literally like I put my feet up on a chair because I'm like, I was so dizzy. And then I don't know about you, but when I get nervous for something, my blood pressure is horrible.
Oh yeah, if my anxiety is high, if I'm in a
Yeah.
big social, situation, or in the car or something that makes me anxious, I feel like my body just burns through Midodrine.
Yes.
So I'm always on it. Yeah. I always have extra with me just in case.
I know. It's definitely one of the more annoying things to deal with.
Yeah. Every once in a while, I'll just look at Sam and I'm just like, I'm taking Midodrine early right now. I don't know what to do. And he went, wait, didn't you just take it 2 hours ago? I'm like, yeah.
I know. And somebody recently told me like, oh, it's linked to like dementia. And I was like, I hope not. I'm scared.
Honestly, when it comes to the medications we take so many.
I know.
And they're so necessary that it's not even something you need to worry about long term, because it's just like, short term, I need to be able to sit up and talk to humans.
Right.
So
The
I can't
alternative-
really allow myself to worry about 40 years down the line.
Exactly.
Yeah, if I want to live a life today. So
Yeah, I just try to only take it when I need it. But
oh man,
I
yeah,
think
I'm every day.
I think you'll get better though. Like mine was so bad for like 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
I feel like you start to regulate a little. I don't know why, but
That would be nice. Yeah, I've done a few blood pressure research studies, and they've said that my body is apparently uncommonly responsive to blood pressure and to electric stimulation and things like that. So as soon as I start speaking, my pressure drops about 10 points.
oh my gosh.
And the louder I have to talk, or if I try to sing, it drops more. So yeah, we'll do whole sessions where they're working on transcutaneous stim, so hard to say. They'll do that, and then they'll just go, I'm so sorry, you need to be quiet because you're skewing all the data. So I'll just kind of sit there and they'll ask me questions.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate the blood pressure thing. And I don't know if it's as bad with like paraplegics.
From what I've understood, if you're below T6, your blood pressure tends to handle itself. Same thing with autonomic dysreflexia. If you're below T6, you tend not to get that as much, which sounds awesome. But
it does, but I feel like then you have issues of like pressure sores more, because like for me, if I am uncomfortable, I'm gonna get dysreflexic, or like if you have to pee, you're gonna get dysreflexic. And I've heard some paras say that it's like sometimes they just have no idea. They don't get anything.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That is the double-edged sword of autonomic dysreflexia, that
Yeah.
when you do get it, it's so frustrating and you don't love feeling really anxious and uncomfortable and suddenly sweating for no reason. But it's better than not having anything and then realizing that you lost your bladder in your chair. It's not great.
Well, and the thing is that you just don't. My thing is when you can't figure out what it is and it doesn't go away. That's when I get scared.
Yeah, so have you had a situation like that where it's actually you've had to go to the doctor, go to the emergency room?
When I first got home, like when I first went home from rehab for 6 or 7 months, I sweat all day and all night, soaking. Like I just cried all the time because I was miserable. And I think it was my SP tube. I think my body hated it. But
That could be, I mean, because early in the injury, there's a lot of things. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know for a long time that I must have had some sort of adhesion in my muscles, that whenever we would do the regular sort of like you pull up the legs and do the range of motion stuff, every time we did that, my body would spasm so hard. And my hands would just like, my fingernails would dig into my hands and it was really painful. And then that eventually stopped. And I described it to a physical therapist and she went, oh, you probably had an adhesion on one of your joints. So you were pushing through scar tissue and not realizing it. But God, having that all day?
Yeah, it was bad. I used to make my siblings blow dry me.
Yeah. I mean,
because I'm like, I'm wet and I'm cold. And people are like, oh, you're sweating, like you're hot. I'm like, no, I'm freezing.
No, it's the worst. That's why I sent you an Instagram today where it was a woman who was losing her mind over having hot flashes in menopause. And I was like, we are so prepped for menopause. We already have all the symptoms. We know exactly what to do.
I'm like,
I have one of those baby stroller fans that has the little octopus legs that can go around things. I have that up on my bed so that way in the middle of the night, if I start to get hot because whatever.
Yeah.
Because normally people realize when they sleep, they can just kick off a cover off a foot.
Right.
Wait, I can't do that. So I just can grab the fan and bring it down and turn it on.
But I can like do with my phone like our AC and heat. So I'll like and then I can control the fan, our ceiling fan. So I will just mess with that all night.
And then Jack just freeze on the other side.
He's been pretty good because like right now that it's cold, we keep the house at 70. But when it's really hot, we keep the AC at like 78, which for a lot of people, they'd be like, that's really hot. But Jack is like adjusted to it. But when my family, like when my brother comes here, he'll be like, it's so hot in here.
Yeah, that makes sense. I just pile on like all the blankets. I have heat blankets and like I have a specific heat blanket just for my neck, which is amazing.
I sleep with a heat pad on my chest every night.
Every night.
And I just hold it. It's just so relaxing. I mean, it turns off in like 2 hours.
Right.
Or I can like throw it off if I get hot, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes my legs get hot. I'll wake up and I'm like, my legs are burning.
Oh.
I love that. But like not nerve pain, but like I'm hot and I can't get my blanket off. So am I hot or is it my head? I don't know.
Yeah, and that's what's so confusing is that you don't know, is this the phantom nerve pain, which technically is real pain. It's sending pain signals to your brain, but there's no cause of it. So if you try to alleviate it by normal means, it's just making you cold.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I wake up and I'm like, my feet are cold. And Jack will be like, oh, well, they're not covered up. So I'm like, maybe I'm not crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I was laughing actually early in my injury because we were joking about FDR as a president always having a blanket on his knees. And we kind of went, okay, I think everybody assumed that was just to kind of cover his legs so that it wasn't a focal point. Yeah. And I was like, no, now I'm realizing that was just practical. He was cold.
Yeah.
Like he just needed a blanket. I get it.
And especially if he was wearing like suit pants or something, like then that's not warm. Like I'll wear sweatpants and I don't need a blanket, but I'm sure he couldn't wear sweatpants.
And it's so, because now that's become such a stereotype of having a blanket on your legs if you're in a wheelchair. And so it's not something I want to do out in public just because I don't want to reinforce any stereotypes.
I know.
But it is comfortable.
When I go to the movies though, I bring like a full blanket. It'll be
That's
90
crazy.
degrees in the summer, and I'm like, it's so cold in the movie.
Movie theaters are freezing. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, why? Who
No.
wants to be freezing? And then Jack
Yeah.
will get like a icy, and I'm like, well, I can't drink that because I will freeze.
Wait, when you go to the movie theater, do you transfer into the movie seat or
I
stay in your
I
chair?
used to save my chair when I was using the power chair full time because I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll just lean back, it's easier. But the manual chair, I will get in the seat because it's not comfortable for the whole movie.
Yeah.
So
I realized the trouble with going on a movie date with Sam when I was in my power chair is that I was about 9 inches taller than his seat, which doesn't feel like that much. But when you're in a movie and you're looking at the movie and everything's great, then you have to go like, what do you think?
or they're trying to
So
like
far down.
they're trying to give you a drink or give you some popcorn and you can't reach up.
Yeah, you're just like, just don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and then it sucks if you're like, oh, I want to tilt back, but then everyone can see like your little power chair screen. It lights up. Oops, sorry.
Oh yeah, the weird little moments where you're just like, shoot, my wheelchair is showing in public.
Yeah.
It's very awkward.
Yeah, like my power assist wheels will turn off after an hour and they beep really loud. I'm like, why do they need to beep like that?
Oh, that's weird. Mine doesn't do that, thank God.
It's not like a thing I can turn
That's
off.
crazy.
Also, it's annoying that they turn off because I can't turn them back on myself. I can
What?
turn the left one on, but the button is like on the side.
What kind of chair do you have? That's rough.
It's the power assist wheels.
Oh, the power assist. Got it. Okay.
And it's just my right arm is a little contracted, so I can't like press the button. And sometimes Jack will leave and I'll be doing something like on my, on my iPad doing work, and I'll forget to move my chair and they'll turn off. And then I'm like, cool, now I'm trapped here. Like, I hope there's not a house fire.
Oh, God. We've had it happen a couple of times where, for me, when my power chair gets to about 50%, it suddenly just starts dropping rapidly.
Yeah.
The battery depletion is exponential once you get below 50.
Yes.
And so I'm just like, oh, weird, I'm at 50%. We should probably charge tonight. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, shoot, I'm at 31. Why is that happening? And then inevitably we're out and about when something's happening. I'm just like, oh, hi, I'm at 17%. So I think we're in trouble until we get home.
Yeah, I'll like bring my charger when my wheels are dying, and I'll just plug them in somewhere because I'm like, well, sometimes I just forget. I just forget that they're dying.
Mm-hmm.
Like I did for the summer.
It's happened a couple of times where Sam's had to like push me into the house because my chair will die in the driveway.
And it took us forever to realize that you could like turn that little thing off on the power chair.
They didn't teach you that?
No. And there's like when I was at college, there's this thing at Goucher called Gig, where it's like they do live music and you don't have class all day and there's food and you just hang out.
Okay.
I went with my brother to like someone's dorm room, which like I kind of knew them, but not like really. And there's like a little, like somehow that switch got flipped and you can't drive once that happens. So I don't know if someone like got close to me and hit it. I don't know. But I couldn't leave their dorm room because we couldn't figure out what was wrong. And I'm like,
the switch to put mine in neutral is right by the floor.
Yes.
And I've noticed a lot of men like to just use your chair as a piece of furniture.
Yeah.
So they either like drape their arms on it, or they like to like kick up a foot like Captain Morgan up on your wheel or something. So I've had multiple things broken on my chair because people just lean on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is really weird.
I think that's what happened. And it was just like, it took us like 25 minutes to realize what it was.
Oh my God.
I was like, so sorry. They're like trying to leave. I'm like, sorry.
I've joked to Sam that if he's ever mad at me, he can just put my chair in neutral, and then I can't follow after him.
I know. It's so bad.
Oh my God. And yes, in response to a comment down here, I would panic. Yeah, it is big panic for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you eventually do kind of start to feel like your wheelchair is an extension of your body. So when it suddenly doesn't work, you're just like, oh, come on. This was already plan B. This needs to work.
I had issues with my power chair forever where it would just do this thing where right when I was going fast, it would just stop all the way. And it always did it when I was like crossing a street. And it would turn off. I'm like, I'm in the middle of the road.
I've heard a lot of horror stories like that about Smart Drive, and that's why I haven't done it.
Yeah.
Because
I don't like Smart drive. Smart drive scared me a lot.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's why I talked about if I ever, I mean, I'm 3.5 years in and I still don't go independently out into the world. And I would never do so without a power. I just
I don't
couldn't.
either. Like, I know I could, but I get scared. I
Hmm.
don't, I don't trust other people either.
Well, no, because we know the statistics. We know that, disabled people and disabled women especially are far more vulnerable to anything. So I just wouldn't trust being in a manual chair because the idea of being in a chair that somebody else could manipulate
They could
would
just
really
push,
freak me
like,
out.
basically take you.
Yeah, I've read a couple of articles about women who've had that happen to them in public, and that would absolutely terrify me. And also, we're not as good at screaming.
No.
Like, I mean, if you try to imagine us in a horror movie, we're gonna be the first to die.
Yeah. I like to hope that if I got kidnapped, they'd be like, "You're too much work," and they'd let me go.
I mean, I guess yeah, that's our only hope, isn't it? That we're gonna be like,
Yeah.
okay, you have no idea what a high maintenance target you just took. This is not a good idea.
I always tell Jack, I'm like, if someone broke into our house, like, I just hope they kill me. I just hope they don't take me. Because
I,
that would suck.
we had one instance where right after I was in rehab and we were living in an apartment, a
Mm.
maintenance guy just waltzed right in the apartment. Sam was in the shower, I was in the bed, so there's no way I can get out and do
Oh,
anything.
that's so scary.
And he just came in the apartment, so I just heard the door open, and I just went, "No, no, who is it? No, get out!"
Oh my god.
And he was like, I'm here for the vent problem." I'm like, "No, get out!"
Oh my god.
And Sam was then shouting from the shower, like, "What's happening?" So we had to talk to the
Yeah.
building and be like, "Hey, just not a good idea to just enter if somebody
Yeah,
doesn't
because
physically answer because."
when I was in the apartment in Boston, I don't remember why, but we had to call an ambulance for something. It was like the only time that happened. And the front desk guy, before the ambulance came into our room, came into the bedroom. I'm like in a sports bra, like I don't know what was wrong, but it was so weird. I'm like, what are you doing here? Why are you here? Like,
Oh God.
very strange. We were very not
Hmm.
happy about that. It was weird.
Yeah, I think boundaries get so confusing.
Yeah.
We, I had one situation where it was a family friend who I had not met, and he wanted to come and meet me and say hello. It's about 10 a.m., which, sure, for plenty of people, they're out of bed and they're up and about doing stuff. That's not me. I'm not a morning person. I enjoy hanging out in bed for a little while I wake up. And so Sam came back and went, "Oh, hey, like, he'd really like to meet you." I went, "No, I am in bed. I am not ready to meet people. It's not going to
Weird.
happen." And so he apparently went back and said, "Oh, no, she's in bed right now, so maybe another time." And the guy just went, "Oh, that's fine. I don't mind."
Like I mind.
And he came back and was like, "He said he doesn't mind." And I went, "Okay, well, I do. I'm not a zoo exhibit.
Yeah, and it's
You,
weird.
you can't just come by my room and just view me."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I kind of had to stop and go, "All right, let's think about this. If anyone else in the house, if you had said they're in bed and he had said, 'Oh, that's fine. I don't mind,' how would you respond?" He went,
Yeah,
"Okay, yeah, that's super weird." And I was like, "Mhm.
yeah,
Go say no. Go say no."
very weird.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, another question. Oh, we have a listener who said that he had to get a chair in his trunk and him in a seat. Oh, plus the legs are spastic and tight. Oh, so good luck kidnapping you. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
Spasticity would be really helpful if you were in mid-kidnap because, I mean, good luck trying to lift somebody who is light as a feather but stiff as a board.
well, I'm always jealous of like paras because they can at least do like a taser.
That's true.
Like I'm like, we can't even do that. We're not. I don't think I'd be quick enough.
I don't think so. And I think if I tried to pepper spray somebody, I would just end up pepper spraying myself.
That's my fear.
I don't think it would go well.
No, I'm like, I told Jack, I'm like, I just need a really realistic looking fake gun that doesn't do anything. Maybe
Or just a siren, some kind of a siren that's
Yeah,
incredibly loud.
that's a good idea, actually.
Hmm.
Like one of those whistles. That could work.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
true.
But
Oh my goodness. All right, so when it came to, we got totally off topic of the
Yeah.
wedding. We went from talking about the venue to talking about dress fitting And then once the wedding was actually coming up, what were the things that you ran into that you were surprised by in terms of accessibility and what you had to work with?
Um, like on the wedding day, surprised by?
Yeah. Because I know that you said you already had to like pin the dress underneath
Yeah,
because it wasn't like staying properly and all
definitely.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah, pinning the dress, but that ended up working out well. Obviously, the shoes, having to switch to the sneakers, but I
Hmm.
had white sneakers because I knew that might happen. I feel like I
But
was,
I think that's some of the best advice is to have backups for everything.
yes, yes. Like I
Hmm.
had a backup corset because I'm like, I don't know, what if I pee on this one? I don't know. Like I just,
I bought two wedding dresses because I was terrified that might happen.
yeah, like I was like I think I had an extra different skirt. I was just like I was so over prepared that I don't think there was anything like disability or accessibility related that surprised me
Hmm.
besides the wind, but that's not really. That was more about like the arbor and stuff like that. Like we were having issues with that stuff not staying up, but like that was
Hmm.
really the biggest thing.
That's good. Yeah, I think that is one of those things where the venue, I think, solves a lot of issues. And then it's really just your outfit is going to be the toughest thing.
Yeah.
And then beyond that, it's just making sure that everybody can get where they need to get
Hmm.
and all that kind of stuff and everybody can hear. But it was nice that your wedding was outside, so you didn't have the issue with
Hmm.
echoing where you couldn't hear a damn thing,
Yeah.
which is so hard, especially for, I mean, it's harder for anybody with a disability, but also harder for anybody who's older and can't hear.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I actually, there was one thing I was upset about. I was supposed to have a lapel mic for the ceremony.
mm,
And they were like, oh, there's only one. And that annoyed me because I'm like, now Jack's going to have to hold the mic for me, which is just like, you know, I wanted to be independent about it.
mhm.
But it ended up not mattering because we had issues with the microphone anyway.
True.
So it's kind of like whatever. But I was a little nervous because I'm like, I don't think I can do my vows loud enough without a microphone.
True. Well, they say that if a wedding goes off without a hitch, it's bad luck anyway.
Oh, well, that's good.
Hmm. If something doesn't go wrong, it's not good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
We have one question of, wait, why do you even worry about that kind of thing? Wait, can you
which,
specify? What do you mean by that?
yeah,
We worry about a lot of things
I
that
don't know
we
what we
don't
were,
need to worry about, but I need to know which thing you're talking about.
yeah.
I will say that's one of the things I was always a worrier even before my injury.
Yeah.
And then now that we have to doubly plan everything and have
Mhm.
backups for everything and figure it all out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gotten a little less intense about it. Oh, you're worried. Oh, why are we worried about that kind of thing being in danger? Oh, okay. So women in wheelchairs, anybody in a wheelchair, is more susceptible to violence in general because we are a more vulnerable target. So if somebody's going to see us go down a street, it's way easier to mug somebody in a wheelchair than
Hmm.
it would be to steal from somebody who is upright and could run or fight you. But then when it comes to women, the statistic I believe is that uh, it's like 50% of women in a wheelchair will be assaulted at some point in
Hmm.
their life. So that's twice as often as a typical woman, which 1 in 4 is
Yeah.
already bad. 1 in 2 is way worse.
And then the lack of like, we don't have our hands, we don't have our triceps, so we can't even like fight back really.
Yeah, so not having a core balance from here
Hmm.
down. I mean, I'm currently resting on an armrest right now. If I
Hmm.
didn't have that armrest and I had to kind of balance here, I just kind of weeble wobble. So
Yeah.
there's not a lot I can do. Hmm.
Yeah.
So I know that when I'm home and I'm home by myself, I do not answer the door.
Yeah.
I'm not, I mean, unless it's somebody I know very well, I would not let them come in the house.
Well, and I can't even answer the door anyway because my dogs will run out.
That's
So
true.
I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not gonna do it.
No, that's awesome. Somebody said I've been sheriff for 40 years and have never thought about being assaulted, and that's amazing. I'm glad that you haven't had that fear. It's
Hmm.
one of the things that I think is probably a little more endemic with women because I know I was already afraid of violence as an able-bodied woman,
Yeah.
and then once I got into the chair and I started looking into those statistics, uh, it's twice as bad. So you worry a little
Yeah.
bit.
Even if I'm alone for like 10 minutes and Jack like does something, I'm like on the sidewalk, like I'm just like looking at everyone around, like I'm
Mhm.
so, like I get so in my head, like it sucks.
Yeah. Sam will usually check in with me if he has to go park the car or go grab something or drop me off at the door because he, has to unload the car or something like that.
Yeah.
He's like, "Are you okay here? Do you feel comfortable here?" I'm just
Hmm.
like, "Yeah, I think I'm good. I'm okay, fine." Because in the beginning, I would absolutely panic and be like, "Oh my God, no, no, don't leave me alone."
Yeah,
Um,
and that's why when I see quads that are like independent and like go places by themselves, I'm like, I'm
mhm.
scared.
No, it's amazing. I admire them so much, and I hope that
Yeah,
I get there eventually. I just, for right now, not quite.
yeah. I
Hmm.
hope I do too. But it is scary.
Hmm. Yeah, and I think I definitely believe part of it is I was already a true crime junkie ahead of being injured. And then
Yeah.
once I became injured, I was like, oh no, I have so many less assets to fight with. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I see paras do like, they can like some of them keep something in their chair that they can like grab and like hit someone with, like or like their water bottle, like stuff like that. That's probably what I would do.
Good idea. Yeah. I bet anything. I do keep my phone on, hold on, keep my phone on a wrist lanyard. I wonder if I
Oh
could like
yeah.
practice like
Whack.
wheeling this around like a nunchuck.
It probably would hurt.
Yeah.
I could elbow, but they'd have to be behind me.
We would have to experiment with a couple of different self-defense
Yeah.
items, see how that work. Maybe that would be a fun video we could do in the future, is trying out a few different self-defense things. Not pepper spray. We're going
Yeah.
to keep
No.
that off the table because that seems like a
No.
terrible idea.
I think I'd hurt myself. Yeah, definitely.
Mhm. But yeah, I think trying to investigate wheelchair self-defense class would be really interesting.
Well, there's this girl that travels by herself a ton. She's a para,
Mhm.
and this guy came up to her and just grabbed her arms and said, "What are you gonna do?"
No.
I'm like, that's
Nightmare.
scary.
Oh God.
Yeah.
What happened?
I think that she like freaked out, and someone else ended up coming over. Like it was like the middle of the day or something,
God.
and like freaked out at this guy. But
That's, I mean, thank goodness that stopped it. I read one story about a woman who was, I think this was in Canada, and she was just going out and about in her normal hometown shops, and some guy, she was in a manual chair, he came up behind her, grabbed the handlebars, and just started pushing her aggressively down the street. And she was absolutely terrified. She screamed, and no one came to her aid. Because I think a lot of people assume that there might be a cognitive issue when
right,
disability, so they weren't sure if she was somebody disabled just kind of having a personal meltdown
yeah.
or if it was a safety issue. But thankfully, she made enough of a ruckus, they ended up running away. And she actually saw him on the evening news later that he had gone AWOL from a halfway house and he had been a previous sexual offender.
Oh my god.
So it's very clear what the
Literally, like, and that's what scares me. Wrong time, wrong place. Like it's.
Yeah, I mean, if you have somebody out there that's scary and has,
Yeah.
bad intentions and they see somebody who's a really vulnerable target, of course,
Right.
that's the scary part. Yeah.
And somebody
We had,
asked.
we had somebody else who asked us if we have triceps.
Yeah.
I have some triceps. I think you have a little bit, but not much.
I think maybe a tiny bit in my left, but definitely not my right.
Okay. Let's
Yeah.
see. Oh my gosh, one of our users, this happened to him in Disney World.
It was Chippendale.
Oh my God, Chip and Dale started pushing your wheelchair without your consent? That is terrifying.
It happened to me at a wedding I went to recently. Like, we were on the dance floor and we were drinking, and this guy, he was definitely really drunk, but he just grabbed my chair and started pushing me around all over the dance floor, which it wasn't like like he was just being friendly, but it's like, you don't do that.
Sure. But
Like I didn't know him.
yeah, I don't think people realize that whenever somebody touches my chair, even if it's an accident, I mean, I just bristle up like, how dare you? Don't you
Yeah.
touch my chair?
Yeah, immediately offended.
Yeah. I mean, if you were in an office chair in your office, somebody wouldn't just go grab that and start running you down a hallway.
Well, exactly. Well, Jack will always do this thing where if I'm sitting near him, he'll like put his foot or like on my chair and like move it, and I'm just like,
Ah.
can you not?
I
Like,
do the same thing.
like, it's annoying.
Sam loves to like put his feet up and just rest his foot on a footstool or something, just
Yeah.
whatever it is. And we're just like, I get that you're tall and you like resting your feet.
Yeah.
but I am not furniture. So no, get your foot off my chair. Yeah.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah, and sometimes it's fine, but sometimes if I'm trying to do something or I don't feel good, then it's annoying.
Hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah, somebody in Canada agrees. Yeah, physical safety is just difficult for people who are disabled, and yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's everywhere. It's very scary. But no, and I think when, I don't want to draw any generalizations, but I think women probably it's a little bit more at the forefront of our minds when it comes to that because we were probably already scared ahead of our injury, and now it's just increased.
And that's the reason I think I would like a service dog because I think that's a deterrent a little bit.
That's an interesting point. I actually have a lot of people that have asked me if I would want a service dog, and I've always said, no, I don't think a service dog would benefit me that much, and I wouldn't want to take that resource from somebody else. But that would be if if I'm, going out more in the community on my own,
Alone. Yeah.
I can see how a service dog would be more helpful.
And then picking stuff up that you drop, like that would be helpful. And I would just feel safer. And people are nicer to you when you have a dog.
They are. Yeah, the amount of times people think that our dog, who absolutely is not a service dog, they assume he's a working dog. And I'm just like, oh, no, he's just cute. You can go ahead and pet him. But it's great. People focus way more on him than me, which I like.
Yeah, it is nice. And then it's just like a conversation starter too.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think we got through all the questions we've gotten in advance. Is that right? And then let me see. Did we have anything else? I think we got to all the questions. Does anybody else who's on at the moment have any questions for us?
Or if you want to enter the giveaway, just tell
Yeah.
us.
You want to enter the giveaway, just send us a message.
I don't think anyone has, but they can enter after too. We'll just put that.
Yes. Oh, one question that we missed. What is one thing that you need the most, but insurance will not cover it?
Ooh. I don't know. I'm trying to think because I feel like most of the things that happened with, I like applied for grants for and got it already. Like I really wanted a standing frame in the beginning and it was taking too long, like FBS bike, that stuff.
Yeah, I tried getting one and I was rejected quickly.
Yeah. Some people get it though. It's weird.
That would be great. I mean, yeah, I definitely have not learned a lot about grants, so I should really get more experience there.
They are great. There are a lot of great grants. Like I've gotten wheelchair cushions, like stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's how I got my pool lift from a grant.
Oh. I decided to buy a replacement wheelchair, just case for the wheelchair, and that was $90. And insurance does not cover replacement case.
So
Yeah, that was fun. For me, the worst thing is catheters. It's always catheters. I'm always fighting for them. I've actually been paying out of pocket for catheters since June this year. So yeah, and then the previous year, I think I paid another 6 months out of pocket. So if anyone's curious, catheters are very important. And for me, they cost about $700 a month without insurance.
Bad.
So yeah, you would think insurance would cover that, but no.
My insurance doesn't cover the enemas that I use, so I have to buy those.
Oh yeah, they don't cover suppositories either, or gloves, or
gloves, wipe,
any of those little things. No, and for somebody else asking the questions if we have neuropathy pain, yes, we both do. Insurance will somewhat cover getting pain meds for those if you want to go that direction. I personally don't want to go down the road of opioids just because they don't work well in my body.
They don't help either.
They don't help anything else. Yeah.
Somebody said, wait, I gotta go back. Driving mods, and that's a big one because I got my license and I want hand controls, and then vocational rehab denied me, and it's literally $100,000. So there's that.
Yeah, I have not done that yet, but I know it's going to be a rough one. I'm trying to see. I can't see all the questions as they come through, but whoever said the last one about saying it was a great conversation, very helpful for people who've been injured. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Oh, we should talk to UMed. Is that a good supplier? Okay.
Yeah, I've never heard of that one.
Yeah, I recently got in touch with their, no pun intended, there's a medical supplier called In Touch that I started talking to, and they're lovely. So once I get insurance coverage back, that'll be really exciting. Talk to them.
That's good. I recently switched to Byram Healthcare, which they've been fine, but I know people that have had really bad experience with them. Somebody said which weather is good for quadriplegic. Warm.
As long as it's temperate. Yeah, because whenever there's
Yeah.
huge temperature or pressure swings, we tend to have our nerve pain kick up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like we just had snow here a couple of days ago, and the day before snow happened, I was telling my husband, I was like, yeah, snow's gonna happen tomorrow, and I would guess sometime in the afternoon rather than overnight because I feel it.
Yeah. Yeah. My spasms always get worse with the cold. And I feel like if it's in the 70s, I'm good. And then if it's over 85, then I get overheated.
Yeah, exactly. So you have only about like a 10 to 15 degree grace period there.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, not great.
Oh, thank you. Somebody put down that please put a group chat option or date in the new app. That's a great idea. Yeah, a group chat option I think would be a really fun idea. Yeah.
Another idea I was thinking of that I was going to talk to you about was doing something on the app. Really, it could even just be a group, or we could make it a feature to like trade. I don't know if it should be sell or not, but trading like equipment. Like if you don't need equipment or you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's true, because there are Facebook groups out there that'll be like, disability trading zone and stuff like that, which are helpful, but it's difficult when you have people from across the country being like, hey, I have a shower chair, but I don't know how to get it to you.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So it would be nice. Maybe we could do it by state or something. Like that would be really cool because.
Yeah, definitely. Because I know that for us, we definitely have some kind of stuff. I bought a shower chair a while back that we were hoping might work for me, but I'm a very small person, so it was too big for me. So it was just unused and sitting in my attic.
Well, and I have a couple things here because when we bought our house, the guy that lived here was paraplegic and he passed away. And his son was like, I have a standing frame, I have a lift. And I'm like, leave it. Like, I'll find someone that will take it, but I still have it. Yeah. It's just getting it to them. Like, I'm like, I just need either someone to come pick it up or somewhere we could drive it.
That's true. Yeah, I think the logistics is the hardest part. But yeah, if we could get people connected to try to figure that out. I mean, because also I feel like it's the kind of thing where if you get enough people connected, you could probably do like a little relay delivery where somebody in Florida could deliver it to somebody in Virginia who could deliver it to somebody in New York. I mean, there are probably ways to have.
Really cool. Mm-hmm. C1, C2 injury, having major vagus nerve issues.
Oh, interesting. So you're having GI issues and reflux from the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is really weird. I've done some research on it, and it's so weird because there are really good things about it. Like, some people actually regain sexual function using the vagus nerve in the proper way, but other people have horrific nerve pain through it. And it's just super complicated. It's so different with every person.
I wonder if it's different because their injury level's so high.
That might be. Yeah. So, I mean, I know that when it comes to different nerve pain, when your injury is really high, opioids tends to be the only way to deal with it.
Yeah.
Although I haven't tried acupuncture. I've heard acupuncture is incredibly helpful.
I tried it once and I didn't notice anything, but I more did it for my hip pain, but.
Mm-hmm. It didn't help you?
No. I don't know. Didn't do anything. Yeah. Maybe I needed to go more than once.
Yeah, I don't know. I've thought about trying it. I was always very against the idea of needles, but I guess if I can't feel them, it doesn't really matter, does it?
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. Definitely doesn't hurt. Mm-hmm. Someone said they have the M25 rims. That's what I have. Okay. Oh, they said don't use them, but that's what I use every day.
Okay. Well, if anybody's interested in some M25 rims, send us a message. We'll try to connect you. Yeah.
Well, and I have the old version of the Power Assist wheels that I got like 7 years ago, and went to plug them in the other day, and like they're just dead. The battery's dead because like if you don't use it, I'm like, well, I gotta figure that out because I'd like to maybe sell them or give them to someone. They're expensive.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, everything in our world is expensive. That's how it goes.
It's bad.
Yeah. I was never a high maintenance girl, and now unfortunately I am.
Yeah, just for basic necessities.
Mm-hmm. Okay, speaking of everything being expensive, I'm curious, where are you guys going for your honeymoon?
We are doing Hawaii, which we didn't really want to do tropical because we live in Florida, but a family member of mine has a timeshare. So we're like,
nice.
That's, that saves you a lot of money. And so yeah, that's kind of why we made that decision. And then I've already planned a bunch of stuff, like we're going to do the helicopter ride, which I'm a little scared, but you get to see like all the waterfalls and stuff.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I was really upset when I first got injured that I actually was brought by Helivac to the hospital and they knocked me out and I don't remember any of the ride. So I was very upset about that. So you should take
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. So Jack's a little scared of heights. So he's like, but
Okay.
he's going to do it. And then we're going to do whale watching because it's like really
Oh,
good
fun.
whale watching. I'm a little scared to do that because I'm like, I don't know how hard it will be to like get on the boat or if it's like, if it's like rocking a lot.
The
But
good thing, at least, I haven't been on, the only boats I've really been on has been, ferries since I've been injured. But so far it's been fine because they have to bring so much freight and cargo on
right.
the boats. They typically have ramps that are not so
Yeah.
bad. The only thing we've run into that we've wanted to change is that we've had situations where staff will say, "Oh no, we want to put you up on the
I
boat,"
hate that.
and I'll kind of stop and go, no, my husband is much more familiar with
I
moving me in my chair, so I feel safer if he does it."
and I say no, and I've had them say no, like legally we have to do it, and I'm like, no, you're not doing it. Sorry.
Yeah. We have one guy who said he was an aircraft mechanic before his injury, and then if you're going to go in the helicopter, you should sit up front so you can see better.
Yes, that's what I wanted to do, but they said if you can't do the emergency door, you can't sit up front.
No.
I know. I'm like, well, I definitely can't.
No, that's true. In an emergency, we are not helpful at all.
That's a bummer, but
Yeah. Yeah, people always joke about just like, oh, are you the emergency contact or are you the emergency that's for the emergency?
yeah.
Yeah.
But my bigger issue is I don't know what chair I'm bringing because it's 2 flights and I'm just scared.
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, I still have not gotten on a plane at all since my injury. So
It's not fun.
I think the best advice I've heard is just to keep your cushion with you.
Yeah.
Because at the very least, if you have to rent a chair, at least you can have a cushion that works for you.
Yes, and take your headrest and your joystick off because they will just snap it off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
I used to bubble wrap my power chair.
oh my God. Yeah, we just haven't tried it. And I think I would just never try to bring my power chair on a plane. But no, to go down to your wedding, we brought the van so I could bring my power chair. And we did not know, we just brought the van in for service. It turns out the van that we've now had for 3.5 years since I got injured, it's had a broken muffler the whole time.
Oh my gosh.
We just thought wheelchair vans were really loud. I mean, so loud that we like have to yell at each other inside.
Oh my God.
So we've just been living with that.
That's hilarious.
And we just thought, oh, that sucks. Wheelchair vans are loud. They fixed it. It is so quiet. It feels like a luxury van now. It is insane.
Well, I looked at getting a accessible van for the Hawaii trip, and it was $700 a day. Only company there, $700 a day. So we're just getting a regular car, and he's going to put me in it.
I was going to say, yeah, I think that makes your decision for you. That's right.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous.
Oh my God.
Rental place in Hawaii with a similar chai. What's that mean?
Oh, it's similar chair.
Oh.
Oh, interesting.
I doubt they'll have a similar chair because I got a manual chair with power assist wheels. Like I can't push one without it. That's my other fear. I'm like, I don't even want to bring my power assist wheels because they'll probably break them.
That's fair.
So I have a travel chair. That's like a little mini power chair. That's probably what I'll bring. Just not as comfortable.
It's kind of like if you're going to go do yard work or go painting, you have to wear all the clothes that you're not that upset if they're going to get destroyed.
Yeah.
The same thing. It's like, so I feel like in the first few years when you're injured and you only have 1 or 2 chairs, you don't want to travel because you don't have backups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is like a custom chair. My manual chair is custom out of pocket. So it's like, like even if they give me the money for that, like I would have to wait probably like a year.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, what's, so that's why I don't want to bring it.
Yeah, definitely. But yes, yeah, so you guys are planning the helicopter tour and doing that. So that sounds really fun. Do you guys have any other activity plans that you're going to do? Trying to relax on the beach.
The aquarium, because I've heard that's, really accessible and really fun. Right next to the whale watching. And then we're going to do the luau.
Oh, fun.
They have like a big old Lahaina luau, which I've heard is just really cool because it's very, cultural. So I'm excited for that because that will be really fun. But yeah.
That's awesome.
Probably
and you have to enjoy, do you guys like sushi and spring rolls and
Mm-hmm.
All the Asian food?
Yeah.
Oh, you'll love it then.
I'm excited to try all the food. I've already like looked up all the restaurants and like making sure they're
Oh,
accessible, but it seems pretty accessible. But we're going to Maui, so I don't know about the other islands.
I do think the good thing about probably Maui specifically, but like Maui and, the Big Island is that there's a lot of older people that like to go on holiday to Hawaii. So anywhere there's going to be more seniors, we're a lot more comfortable.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, and I've heard, I forget who told me this, but maybe it was a family friend. She said she went to like the UK and she said it's so interesting in the UK, like in England, they have all the wheelchair users like are last for everything. Like you get on last. We're here, like you get on first.
Oh,
And she's like, they just don't really care about you as much.
interesting. I have heard that attitudes over there are a lot different.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, you were surprised, even just going down on the road trip to your wedding and then back recently, because we had to go from North Jersey down to Orlando and back. So we did a few different stops on the way. We had another wedding in DC, and then my parents are down in North Carolina. And then we needed one more stop in between. So on the way down, we did Savannah, which Savannah was shockingly accessible.
Yeah, I've heard
We
that.
did not expect that. We were able to go around the whole area, all around
that's
Forsyth
cool.
Park, all down to the river walk. We had no problem. We were able to find accessible areas. And I was able to just whiz around in my power chair, and it was really comfortable and great. And then, Charleston is not very accessible. We had a really hard time.
Good to know.
Because a lot of Charleston, since it's right next to a seawall, it floods a lot. So there are steps to get in everywhere.
That's horrible.
Mhm.
Well, like, when we were looking at houses, I looked at houses in Georgia, and I never knew how, like, hilly Georgia was. But
Yeah, very much.
I hated it because it's so hilly.
Mhm.
And it's steep hills.
Oh yeah, you give me even the tiniest baby hill and I cannot roll up it
Yeah.
in my manual chair. And that's why I like my power chair, because I can go for anything.
Yeah, exactly. I can't do, like, steep stuff because I just tip backwards.
Yeah, that happened to me one time and I've never allowed it to happen again because it was so scary.
It is. It's scary and it's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah.
But
Oh my gosh, well we should probably let people go. So it's about 8:30 and yeah, we still haven't made dinner. We're night owls, so we still haven't eaten yet.
I know we haven't either.
Yeah. But this was so fun to be able to do. We should definitely do more of these, especially when it comes to talking to people of the app. We got a few people suggesting ideas for the app in here, which we love. The more feedback we get from users, the better we can make it. So we will definitely be doing these more often. I feel like we should do them quarterly, maybe.
Yeah, and I can try to like announce it earlier. Maybe we could get more questions.
Yeah, definitely. If we're planning on doing it quarterly, we can easily do that. And I think that would be really great. And then we're going to be sending out a newsletter soon. So if you guys are interested in jumping on a newsletter, let us know. We'll add your email in. And just thank you so much for joining us. It's fun for us to get to chat and to get to hear from you guys a little bit. So feel free to send us messages or jump on the newsletter. And we love hearing engagement.
Yeah, we're excited.
Awesome.
All right. Well, I'll post the directions for entering the giveaway in the caption.
Perfect. Okay, and I'll repost this on Friday, so anybody who missed it can go ahead and rewatch.
Perfect.
Okay. Bye, Jess. My sister sent hearts. Thank you.
Aw, cute. Okay.
All right. Well, good night. Have a nice night.
You too.
Okay. Bye, everybody. Thank you for joining.
Bye. Thank you.